See Everett Golson hoping to prove he was Heisman worthy, and he finds Corey Robinson for the touchdown. Corey's dad, David, loved it. But Mark, is this allowed, how he got open?
It is not allowed. This is a pick play. But remember this play for later on in the game. They got away with it here.
No flag. Notre Dame up 7-0.
Still 10 seconds on the play clock.
Golson rolls, fires, touchdown! A flag is down. Hold on. There's a flag on the field.
They might call an offensive pick here. Instead of a rub, it might have been offensive interference with a pick.
Pass interference on the offense. Number 7. 15-yard penalty. Replay fourth down.
The Robinson touchdown taken off the board. They flag Fuller. Headsets. Stuff went flying on the Notre Dame sideline after the call.
Chris, I think it's C.J. Pro's size 20. I mean, he's just blocking right here. Blocking. That's what Jalen Ramsey at the end of the play puts his arms in the air. C.J. Pro size is just blocking.
Just cleared him out. So now, Florida State spends a timeout. Fourth down again, but the ball is all the way back at the 17. They converted a 4th and 18. Can they convert a 4th and goal from the 17 for the win?
Well, this game, Brian Kelly's fired up, but when he sees it on film, he'll realize that that was the right call. Took guts to call it in this environment and with everything going on, with the game on the line. Looks like Notre Dame delivers and potentially wins the game, but it's the right call with C.J. Prosise just trying to do his job, trying to create. It's called a rub if you're an offensive player, but if you're a defensive player, it's a pick.
There's one more look.
He's the front player against Jalen Ramsey, and he's really not making an effort. Usually a receiver will raise his arms, even though he's doing the same thing.
You got to act better than that, don't you?
He'll raise his arms a little bit.
You're almost daring an official to make that call, but the correct one was made.
In order to bring a little clarity to the offensive pass interference call that occurred in last night's Notre Dame-Florida State game, let me see if I can explain the rule. Offensive players on passing plays are restricted from going downfield and blocking anytime from the snap. If the ball is first touched behind the line of scrimmage, then that would be legal and it's okay. But if the ball is touched beyond the line, then it's offensive pass interference. Officials always have to exercise great judgment in calling a foul. And offensive pass interference, or pick plays as they're sometimes referred to, are no different than other difficult judgments. The key element is that the official must assess on the play if there is sufficient restriction for it to be a foul. And he has to differentiate between incidental contact and significant contact or significant restriction before he calls that foul.
Brian, what did you think about the call?
We needed to make one more play.
Did you make that play?
We needed to make one more play.
Did they give you an explanation?
No explanation.
Did you see anything you thought was worthy of you considering a call?
We execute that play every day, and we do it legally, and that's the way we coach it. We don't coach illegal plays.
We had said from the box in the first half they'd ran a play like that, and we thought it was close to that, so we said just be aware of it. And they must have. I'd wait and look at it on film. I'll wait and see. You told the officials to? Yeah, I mean the first half we said always be aware of it. And if it's a pick, call it. If not, it's not.
We do it legally, and that's the way we coach it. We don't coach illegal plays. He did exactly what he's coached to do. Exactly what he's coached to do.
I think the official at the game called it on number 7. It actually looked like he was closer to being legal than number 20 was in that case. And at any rate, when you look at this, you don't want to coach it to go down and block because that's illegal. You want to at least make it look like a pass route, although everybody runs a pick play.
Everybody does, and you have to be careful. But what you need to do, you need to go down, get in his way, and turn and act like you're a receiver where he has to run around you. Remember, you're down on about 4 or 5 yard line. The guy's going in the flat right now. If you've got to go around the defender, it's too late. And that's why it's such a great play, but it's also why teams try to defend it. Because you know that's what's going to happen. They scored their first touchdown. I called it a pick when the game happened.
Right, yeah, we were watching the game, and Lou immediately said on the first touchdown, that's a pick play.
And the thing is, in a crucial situation, you don't want the officiating crew to make a decision that's going to change the outcome of the game. But this was the right call. It was an illegal play. It was a pick. They saw it. They called it immediately. So there shouldn't be any question about anybody criticizing the officials on this play.
But nevertheless, you hate to see the game decided by an official's call.
Well, maybe so, but if it's a rule, you have to call it, because otherwise you're not allowing the players to decide the game because you're not enforcing the rules.
To me, that was an egregious pick. I mean, both of those players, it was right out there in front of everybody, and everybody in the stand saw it. They had to call the play.
But Coach Kelly said that's how he coaches it, and they don't coach illegal things.
Well, then things might change with the way it's taught from that point forward. After they go back and look at the film, it's not the only play, but certainly it's the one that gets the spotlight when it's right at the end and when it takes a touchdown off the board. And you see a lot of pick plays called, so it's a little bit unusual. For my judgment, it was the right call. I thought the officials got that one right.